Hello again, I am Joe Bob, and welcome to a very hot and sticky edition of F1 Manager 24 Creator Team Career with Nissan here on the PC. Tonight, it is round 22. We are heading to Las Vegas for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. I'll say hot and sticky because it's been an absolutely exhaustingly sweltering day today. It is a little bit cooler now, thanks to waiting an extra hour before getting started, so it's not quite as hot as it was earlier. But yeah, very, very high temperatures for the UK again today. It was well in the low 30s, which is over 90 degrees in freedom units for my American friends. Not weather that we particularly are well equipped to deal with for the most part. So yeah, hopefully this later start means it'll be a little bit cooler as we go compared to what it was last night. And tonight we are heading to a pretty cool track in terms of temperature. It's the night desert race in Las Vegas. Temperatures are usually pretty cool. In fact, let's take a quick look at the weather forecast. Actually, it's potentially a little bit warmer than it normally is, or than I've seen at least. No cloud cover. It's just going to be clear skies. So that'll have an impact on tyre wear or not, I'm not entirely sure. But we'll see how we get on. How you doing tonight, Clark? Good to see you. Hello to everyone else lurking in the chat as well. Let's get ourselves prepped and ready for Vegas, shall we? Starting off with our objectives. 18th or higher for both cars. Try and maximise our sponsor money. We are running, to the very sort of dregs of our powertrain units now. Still got 2 more Grand Prix weekends after this one to come. One of those is a sprint.
Welcome to the Silver State of Nevada for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Here we are in the entertainment capital of the world as Formula One prepares to take over the Las Vegas Strip. As night falls, the stars will be coming out, and we're in for a spectacular show both on and off the track. It was Charles Leclerc who tasted victory in the last race, but he will surely be looking to find the recipe for success again and achieve another podium place. Now let's crack on with the weekend.
Yes, let's crack on indeed, shall we? So, nice, cool evening, clear skies, no worries at all of rain. Surprise, surprise. This is a pretty low downforce circuit, so we'll be setting our cars up accordingly. It's not quite Monza levels of downforce, but it's not far off. It's kind of in between Monza and Baku, I think, in terms of setup. As I said, we are running the dregs of our powertrains now. We've got decent engine options for Mick at this late stage of the season. We are going to go with this engine because I don't know if that's going to manage a full practice weekend now with the major damage that it's got. This is the only ERS that we have though, so Mick is facing battery issues in the run up to the end of the season, and we have a decent gearbox available with a nice usable practice gearbox as well. Not quite so good in other areas for Teo though. This is his best engine, 44%, so we're going to have to run with this one for practice and then race with this one. I'm not spending $5,000 for just a couple of races unless I... sorry, $5,000, $5 million, unless I absolutely have to. ERS, not amazing for racing, but that should be enough to get us through the rest of the season without too much of an issue. And then again, gearbox, it's not great at 65%, but it's good enough, I think. And we have got a usable practice gearbox that we can put in tonight. So the cars are set up in terms of their powertrains. Now we need to actually put some aero setups on. And as I say, it's a pretty low downforce track. So we're going to start with a 0.5 on the front wing, a 10.5 on the rear. I'm going to go with a 1.9. It's almost always a 1.9. Not always, but almost always a 1.9. And then we'll go with a little bit more camber, and we'll stick the toe all the way up. Let's see, we want about 16 laps if you want to do 2 runs around this circuit. So we are going to go with an extra 8 laps of fuel. 24 laps should be good for a single run in this session. So we'll do the same over here. 24 laps. Drop the settings down, and let's put a setup on this car. And I am going to be a little bit different with this one. This is a very sort of extreme setup, but this is actually still stuck in my memory from actually doing this setup very, very recently. So we're going to go with a 0 and an 11, and then a 3.7. And the reason it sticks in my mind is because both of those were down there. So this is a very, very different setup, but this is one that I have recently actually used, and it just sticks in my mind because it is such an extreme difference from what the setup normally is around this circuit. So we'll try it here and see if it works. If it doesn't, we'll merge towards something like we put on Mick and see if that's assuming Mick's works. And let's send them out.
Green.
Mick's got the better gearbox, so we'll send him out first. Because, as always, as I always preach, gearbox is the biggest determination of what your pace is like. The worse the gearbox, the bigger the impact on your speed. Way more than anything else on the car. If you have a really, really, really bad gearbox and a really, really bad engine, but the engine's in one car and the gearbox is in the other, the car with the bad gearbox is going to be massively slower than the car with the bad engine. And probably by a few seconds.
Copy.
Let's see, have we got the sound glitch around this track? It sounds like it. I'm not hearing any engine. Yeah, we have the Formula E edition in practice once again. Very strange how we always get it on this circuit and never anywhere, well, incredibly rare anywhere else, but it's always at this circuit. Let's speed time up and let them settle into their runs. We've got a few rookies in the car. We've got Ollie Behrman in for Ferrari, sitting in for Sainz. Pato O'Ward and Gabriel Bortoletto are both in for McLaren. Kasper Stuka's in for Perez at Red Bull. Antonelli's in for Russell at Mercedes, partnering Hamilton tonight in first practice. No rookies for Alpine. Colapinto is in for Albon at Williams. Pietro Fittipaldi is in for Magnussen at Haas. Iwasa is in for Tsunoda at RB. Zane Maloney in for Zhou at Sauber. And Felipe Drugovich sitting in for Fernando Alonso at Aston. So quite a lot of rookies getting a run tonight. And I didn't actually check to see whether Duke has turned 18 or not. If he had, we could have put him in the car tonight, but never mind. Too late to do anything about it now. How's everything going at your end, Clark? Are you getting settled in now that the move is done? Or have you still got a lot of unboxing and stuff to do? Right, so issue with Valtteri's car means a replacement part will need to be fitted to his powertrain after this practice session, and that's his engine. So he'll be getting a brand new engine in that car for practice 2. Oh, I don't like to see 3 wide through that chicane.
All okay with
Rarely
the car?
ends well,
Okay, copy.
but we somehow managed to get away with it. I didn't actually see what the rating was. Did we? Oh, no. 77%. So, yeah, we're going to have to go to a more traditional style setup, I think. 92% for Mick. That's not bad. That gives us a good solid point to start from. But called the stream betting on red tonight because I am expecting Ferrari to officially wrap up the constructors' standings tonight. And there's a chance for the Ferrari drivers to really stretch away from Lando Norris in the drivers' standings tonight as well, which is 2 rounds to go after this one. Standings are currently like this, so you can see Leclerc top by 11 points over Lando. Sainz is just 2 points behind him, but we know that the Ferraris are very, very quick, and this is a circuit I think that could well favour them. And then in the constructors' standings, well, it's not even close. Look, it's a huge gap. 142 points is the gap, so it's almost completely done. Let's see if we can work it out. It's 44 points for a race weekend. So 3 of that is 132. It's 147 points if we add the sprinting. So, yeah, like 5 points for Ferrari, and that's it. They win the championship. They need just 5 points tonight. Because the best that could happen then would be... Well, actually, no, not even that. They just need to outscore McLaren. They don't even need to finish 5 points ahead. They only need to score 5 points across the remaining 3 Grand Prix. And of course, after this round, that then drops down significantly. So they could afford to theoretically double DNF as long as McLaren don't get a 1-2 and the fastest lap, and they would still be mathematically able to, it would still be mathematically possible for McLaren, but the chances of them doing it would be almost non-existent still. So yeah, Ferrari are as good as constructors champions. Just a couple of points really will be enough. 5 points would make it mathematically impossible for McLaren to do it if they got a 1-2 and the fastest lap. Anything less than that, and yeah, it's pretty much Ferraris. Okay, session is over. That was a quick session, actually. I didn't even realise how quickly the session had rolled on through while I was chatting away, showing off the leaderboards there. So let's get back into the garage and get set up for the second session. Take a look at those setups, see what tweaks we need to make. So nothing earth-shatteringly big here. It's maybe going to be the front wing going up a little bit. Maybe that coming down a little bit. Bring that back down a couple of clicks. That gives me a small change, a small change, a small change. That's not enough of a change. So let's bring that down a bit more. Now the front wing's out. So let's put that back to there. That's looking a little bit more like an 8% swing. Maybe a bit too much. Let's bring that back up by 1. And then I've got maybe that will do it. I think that might do it. So we'll see. See if that works. Let's go with 22 laps in this session. I want to minimise the amount of laps we need to do, just to ease the strain on what's left of our powertrains. And this one is definitely off, so that's going to need to come down to there. That's going to need to go out to at least there, possibly there. I'm going to go that way because when we do this, it's going to bring it back in a bit. And then we need to push this up. Actually, let's go with a 2.8. No. I think we are on the right track, looking like that. And then if we bring that up to, say, there, that'll be close. Don't know if that'll be it, but it'll be close. Again, we'll go 22 laps. A set of mediums in this session. Out goes Mick. And out goes Teo. All of the first team drivers now back in their respective cars.
Copy.
You can see the gap in pace between our two drivers, pretty much exclusively down to the gearbox, is close to a second. And there you can see the gearbox here is at 32%, so it's already pretty bad. But this one is at 22%, an extra 10% worse. And that is almost a second in difference in lap time. A little harder to tell with slipstream runs, but we're looking at what, 8 tenths per second, 7-8 tenths per second there. We got an optimal. That's very, very encouraging. Oh, so close to nailing it. 99%. That's just one click of toe, and we've got plenty of time to figure out which way that goes. So, yeah, Porsche's car is sorted. Now we just need some feedback on Mick. Come on, Mick. Make my day. Make me happy. It's taking a while to give me that feedback. There we go, 97. So he's got a little bit of work to do. He's in the optimal window, though, so that's probably just one thing that needs to change, and it might well be the front wing. It's going to be that, or it's going to be the camber, I think. One of those two things. Evening, Army.
Tires are on the cold side.
All right, back in the garage. Let's take a look. See what needs to change. There we go. It's the cornering, which is our camber. So let's try dropping that down. One click and bringing that back to there. Let's see if that works. If it doesn't, we'll go the other way. I need to change the run plan for those changes to be confirmable. There we go. And then we just need one click of toe. I'm going to go down one click. And then in the next session, we'll find out if it's right or wrong. And if it's wrong, we'll just go back the other way. And that'll be 100%. So, lovely stuff. Got both fans running, both windows in this room open, the window in the bathroom to get the through draft going as well. Trying to circulate the air. So you'll hear some background noise. Like that motorbike that just went past the house. Hopefully it won't be too bad. And are we going to see a strong performance from RB again tonight, I wonder? They were very quick in Brazil. We could see them looking very, very pacey. Perez is up there at the moment. Max is down a little bit. But again, it's practice. So we can't trust the time. As we say that, Max goes top. We can't trust the times because Max there is actually getting a slipstream off the back of Leclerc. So that is probably boosting his pace a little bit. And there we go, practice 2 is done. We got a penalty for Max and a penalty for Perez. Both Red Bull drivers have penalties. And we know Valtteri's got that replacement engine. So is it replacement powertrain parts for the Red Bulls as well? Let's have a look. Max is running a brand new engine this weekend. Perez is running a brand new ERS. So both Red Bulls are going to be down the grid. This could be a very good day for RB. Let's see if the changes that we've made are going to work. I'm going to go with soft tyres in this. I want to have the extra set of mediums just in case we get an awkwardly timed safety car. So I think we are definitely going to have to two-stop this race. 20 laps should be enough fuel. We're at 47% on our driver prep, so we don't need to find a lot. We just need to get the feedback, and then once that's done, we can probably just call them straight in, assuming that it's correct. And even then, we might not need to send them back out, even if it's not.
Should be green now. Remember, work well the brakes like we said.
Copy. Yeah, copy.
Alright. Be nice to me, boys. Give me 100% both cars, please. Oh, gearbox wear. We'll ignore that and hope it goes away. Well, it won't go away, but I hope it doesn't get any worse. Why am I not seeing any practice goals here for Teo? Oh, it's because that's open, that's why. There we go. Now I can see what his feedback level's at. So we're already above 50%, so yeah, odds are, even if we get this wrong, we'll still be close enough that we won't have to send them back out again. And we did go the wrong way with Teo, but that's an easy fix.
Yeah, copy, copy.
So we'll call him in. And there's our feedback with Mick. And Mick we nailed. Mick is bang on. That's excellent news. So we can call him in as well. And we are done with practice. We just need to move that back to where it was, which is there, and then go the opposite direction by one click. And that car is now 100%. And this one, already there. So both of our drivers will have 100% confidence going into the Grand Prix. Very nice. There we see confirmation of the setup. If you wanted to jot it down for your own sort of records, if you want a 100% setup to work from, there it is. And that will be 100% as well. So a couple of 100% setups there for you to take a note of. And while we're waiting out the clock, let's just pop a quick ad break, shall we? Practice is almost over and we can roll into qualifying, content in the knowledge that our drivers are going to be well prepped. It's just a shame we don't have a car that can challenge for points here tonight. But as I did say recently, I'm not overly concerned if we lose a position in the standings to Haas. It will mean a little less prize money, but not a staggeringly large change in prize money. What it will do is give us a little bit of extra testing allowance next season. So maybe us not having amazing powertrains for the rest of the season isn't going to hurt us quite as much as it
Qualifying
could
is coming up, and the drivers will be ready and raring to go.
Qualifying is when F1's most glamorous street circuit really comes into its own, with cars on full throttle down a huge section of the Las Vegas Strip. Getting tires into the optimal temperature range will be crucial to setting a good time here.
If we could just talk about Mick Schumacher for a second. Given his recent form, how's he going to be going into this session?
You can tell that we've been watching a driver with real confidence here, and it makes a difference, I can tell you from my own experience.
Stay with us as we see who can deliver on motorsport's biggest stage.
Okay, let's change over those powertrain bits, shall we? Mick has a pretty good engine, but not a great ERS and a decent gearbox, so he'll be fine in those respects. Just we might have some battery deployment issues with Mick. And then with Teo, well, he's got a terrible engine. Even his best engine's bad. His ERS is okay. And his gearbox is okay as well. So, yeah, both cars a little bit walking wounded, but we'll see how we get on. We'll send out Teo first. We'll send out Mick behind him. See if we can get a little bit of a slipstream.
Copy, copy.
And are we on Formula E settings again? Yes, with both cars. So annoying when that happens. Stroll is out, Hulkenberg is out, Leclerc coming out now as well. So we're going to get one of the big hitters setting an early lap time, a benchmark for the rest of the field. Do we at least have noise with the Ferrari? Yes, we do. Hamilton's out as well now, as is Gasly. As always, we're likely to get someone popping out just as we're getting around about here on the track. Out comes one of the RBs. We'll keep an eye on them tonight as well, because they could be pretty quick. And with both Red Bulls taking penalties for new powertrain parts, they're going to be dropping down the order a bit, at least 5 places per car. Probably only 5 places per car. I think they've already taken penalties.
Clear ahead. And push.
Tires were good, mate. Go, 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 go.
And we've got a Haas popping out, as predicted. It's K-Mag. Stroll is already on track. Here comes Alonso. There is Porsche, Schumacher, I think. Yes, so Mick gets through without being impeded. Just there, that's good. Porsche coming up to the back of K-Mag. Catching him in an awkward spot. Not massive time loss for being blocked, but certainly a bit of extra dirty air we could have done without. Mick should get through okay. It's a very long first sector. And there you see Porsche lost 3/10 to Mick in the first sector as a result of Magnussen there. Clear run for the rest of the circuit though. Not close enough to get a good full tow down the strip here. .28.5 for Porsche, 28.4 for Schumacher. And up to the line for Teo. 22.6, he does a 136.1. 22.6, but slightly quicker for Mick. He does a
Really
135.7, so 4/10 up. Let's check in with Charles Leclerc, who is already almost a second up on Teo in the first sector alone. Stroll goes 6 tenths quicker than Schumacher, but he is down 6 tenths of a second at least to Charles Leclerc already. Final sector to come. Hulkenberg up into second place, just behind Stroll. That's a 22.3 for Leclerc. He is 6/10 quicker than Stroll across the line. So we have our first benchmark time. We've got a McLaren on track as well now, Lando Norris. Also running a Formula E car, which is ironic given that McLaren's Formula E team is shutting down. And Yuki goes P2. Not a bad time for Tsunoda. Is Ricciardo on track yet? No, he's not. He's still in the garage. Here comes Fernando. Once again, look, we've got the legs on Hamilton, it seems, on one lap pace. Is that an indictment of how well our drivers are driving or how bad the Mercedes is? I'm not quite sure. It could be a combination of both. Looks like we might get in the way of Alonso slightly there. Not sure if he will have had to lift. He did a 28.6, which is down 4/10 on Tsunoda, 3/10 on Magnussen, so I think he had to lift a little bit in the middle sector there.
Stop in our box. We're gonna stop in our box.
And he's slower than Teo. Yeah, he got blocked.
Good entry.
Somewhere on his lap. Max also getting blocked on his lap. Look at that. He was a second down in the first sector. Here's Lando hitting the strip. Currently second in the driver's standings. Piastri's on a warm-up lap, just hitting the start of the strip now. But this is Lando into the final sector on his flying lap. And Lando is 0.8 of a second behind Leclerc. Ooh, that is a big margin. Let's prep ourselves for another run.
Got your mirrors.
Porsche is actually in front of Mick. I didn't expect that. Alright, so we let some guys through. Let's close the gap back up for Mick, because it had widened a bit. He might now be in slipstream range, I'm not sure. Looks close enough. All depends if we get pulled over again. I don't think we will. I think the Alpine behind us is either on, let's see. Alpine. No, they're both on in-laps, I think. Yeah, Gasly and... Well, no, Ocon's on an in-lap as well. And it is Ocon behind us, so... No problems there. We may possibly even get a bit of a distant slipstream here behind Carlos. We're going to ride on board with Carlos.
The tires are now in the window. Come on.
Because we can always look behind, like that, to see Teo. Piastri's gone quickest by 0.003 of a second. Good lap for McLaren. They needed that. Let's see what Sainz can do. Fastest middle sector for Perez. Looks like the track is rubbering in a bit. Fastest final sector as well, so a really strong lap for Perez, but of course don't forget he will have a 5-place penalty from that new engine part. .44.4 for Sainz, that's down 4/10 to Piastri. 44.5 for Porsche. Mick lost a few tenths in the first sector. Maybe it's dirty air. Maybe he got held slightly by one of the cars behind, I'm not sure. Did have to get his way past Johan Piastri. 28.2 for Sainz. Porsche and Mick both doing a 28.4. Ricardo goes third. Sainz up to 6th. Let's see, can Mick improve? Porsche gets up to 12th. And Mick stays where he is because he had that bad first sector. He would have improved had he not been held up somewhere. Evening, Farah.
Try to push me then.
Copy.
I did my avoidance of the heat as much as I could today. I was watching Prison Bake, the ultimate prison cooking show. No, I was watching Prison Break until about 9 o'clock this morning, and then went to bed around 9ish, and then got up around about 5 o'clock this afternoon. Trying to avoid the worst of the heat. I did a temperature check at 6 o'clock, and it was because I forgot to when I woke up, and it was 90 degrees, or I think 32, something like that, 31, 32 at 6 p.m. It has cooled down a bit since then. But still not nice. Yeah, I'm just going by the outside temperature according to BBC Weather. I don't know what the interior temperature of the room is, but I actually kept it nicely shaded today while I was sleeping. And that helped. It was definitely cooler in my room, which is at the top of the house compared to some of the other parts of the house, which was a bit of a surprise.
We will stop on the mark.
I think mainly because I'd shaded it so well. Now the blinds are open, fans are on, windows are wide open, circulating some cooler air. Alright, one final run is prepped. Damn, we're going out behind a car. I was hoping to get a little bit of clean air. The Ferrari coming out, I think, or is it going? Yeah, there it goes.
Focus especially front left and brakes.
Okay, a bit of clear air for Porsche.
Brakes and tires, yeah?
Copy.
This weather's not for you. No, it's not for me either. It's too hot for me. I've got some shopping coming tomorrow, and I've made sure I've ordered plenty of cornettos. Oh my god, look how close we are. This is not good. We're going to take manual control to get in front of him. Did it work?
Okay.
No, it didn't. Damn it. We didn't quite take time in control time in time,
Let's
so...
go, come on, eyes forward.
Shit.
This is a good position for
It's
us.
not a good position, it's a terrible position. We're stuck behind... Is it Zhou? Yeah, we're stuck behind Zhou, who is the slower of the two salvers. So we're going to get massively held up here. Let me see if I can outbrake him at the end of this straight. Oh no! Schumacher's lap is ruined. So Mick's not going to improve. Let's abandon the lap.
Understood.
And now we just have to hope that he doesn't get in Porsche's way.
Copy. Copy.
Once again, we're racing in a Formula E car. .44.4, it's a decent first sector. Mick is already eliminated. There's a chance for Teo. Fastest milk float in the West. How fast is it, actually? .209 mile an hour we hit there. Oh yes, his name was Ernie. Ernie, and he drove the fastest milk car in the West. I hadn't thought of that song in decades, but I knew exactly what it was the second you just put Ernie. It was Benny Hill, wasn't it? Memory serves. Porsche is through and in 11th place. So, yeah, getting stuck behind Zhou, absolutely horrible for Schumacher. He would have been up here with Porsche. Damn, so it's going to be a painful afternoon for Mick, but Teo could be for a good race. Into Q2 then. Let's start with the scrubs. A reminder that both Verstappen and Perez have got a 5-place penalty for new powertrain components, as does Valtteri Bottas. Both Ferraris coming out early. Leclerc ahead of Sainz and Norris in between the two of them. So all three of the championship contenders coming out to do a lap at the same time. Not expecting great things from Teo on this lap because his tyres are in really bad shape. So we're actually going to ride on board with a car that actually has some engine noise. Sainz. And we'll see if he can actually close up to Norris. He could get a really good slipstream if he can stay close enough to Norris here.
Tires are looking good for me. Clear ahead. Have a good one.
And right on cue, we've got someone coming out in front of Teo. Let's just see if he gets held up. I think he'll be alright, actually. Albon should get out of the way before this hairpin corner. Well, it's not a hairpin, this 90-degree corner here. And he does. Almost looks like Sainz has got the German flag on his helmet. So 44.8 for Teo. Expect that to get obliterated by the front three. Oh, car popping out in front of Sainz. That's a big lift. Max not doing him any favours there. And that little spark, that was Norris, so Norris is gone. No slipstream for Sainz. Not unless Norris gets massively impeded. Leclerc, 9/10 quicker in the opening sector. .136.1. It's nowhere near quick enough.
Following Delta.
Norris slightly quicker than Charles Leclerc in the first sector. Sainz 45.1. Lost 1.2 seconds in the opening sector, so he's done on this lap. It's between Norris and Leclerc. Leclerc getting a slipstream up to the line off the back of the RB, but he might have lost some time getting into that corner. He does a 22.5, so he's only a tenth up on us. So I think Norris has got pole, or got top spot here after this first run. He is 3/10 quicker, and we are 1.8 seconds off, but on very, very worn tyres. Sainz 1.4 seconds behind Norris. And it would have been really close between these two. That last sector where Leclerc got blocked by which driver was it? Was it Ricciardo? I think it was Tsunoda. Yeah, it was Tsunoda. That proved crucial. That proved the critical difference. Both RBs looking pretty pacey in the opening sector. 44.0. Just a tenth down on Norris. I am expecting good things from RB in this Grand Prix. And a real chance to score big points over Red Bull with both of them taking engine penalties today.
Top on the mark.
Nip and tuck between the pair of them in this first run. Ricciardo goes P2, Sonoda's going to be right up there as well. He goes P2. Fantastic stuff. Very, very strong pace from RB. I am going to do one more run on these tyres, and then we're going to put the other tyres on, because I don't think I'm going to get out of this session, so I'll save an extra set of softs for the Grand Prix. Here comes Oscar. Is he going to get blocked by Norris? I think Norris got out of the way in time.
So out prep push.
It's not a great first sector, though. It's a really bad first sector, so Piastri definitely got held up somewhere. And he goes up to P7. Still somehow quicker than Verstappen, because Verstappen had a terrible final sector, look. Not a great first sector either, for that matter. So he had multiple losses on his lap. Perez about to start his flying lap. Red Bull definitely need a good result out of him this weekend.
Temperatures are okay for now.
Porsche about to start his lap. We will cut to that when Perez finishes his lap. Perez has got an awkward ending to his lap coming up. He's got Stroll and Verstappen in front of him. Looks like they're both going to peel off into the pits in time. Good enough for P5 for Perez. Let's check in on Teo. Going to have a little bit of traffic here. Got through without being held up, so could be a good run here for Teo. All things considered, the tyres are not good. The tyres are at 57%. Oof. Yeah, 45.3. That's a terrible first sector. That's pretty much all we're capable of, I think, on these softs. Hear the underfloor scratching on the bottom of the circuit. .7 in the middle sector. Yeah, no improvement. But we are in peak confidence, just in time to start our final run. Max making his way out. Needs something special. Currently right at the bottom of the standings with Stroll here. Oh, someone's in the wall. It's Porsche. No. Teo, what have you done?
Yellows.
You idiot.
Copy, copy.
So we're heading now into turn 5
How?
and ends up in the wall.
Ah,
That is a
Muppet.
miserable mark on their qualifying session.
Is it just the front wing? Please just be the front wing. Oh, God, the chassis is damaged as well. I don't think I have a spare chassis. Is my front wing damaged? Yes. Obviously. He smashed it into the wall. Of course it's damaged. Oh, man, this guy costs me so much. When he just has moments like that. Because if I don't have a replacement chassis, I'm going to have to break Parc Fermé and start him from the back of the grid to put an older one on. Which means qualifying is done for him. I don't think I've got a spare... Well, I might have a spare front wing. But we're going to be compromised in this session. Because I haven't got time to change the chassis in this session. And I'm only just about, maybe... Where's his best time? It's not showing me what I want to see. 134. I don't know if I'm even going to get out in time with the new wing to run again. I think that's it. I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. Only a minute left on the clock. What a disappointing end to qualifying. th. Could have been so much better. So, who got eliminated? Perez out in 11th. That's not good. With a 5-place penalty, that'll drop into 16th. Sargent, Albon, Ocon, Stroll, Teo, obviously. Hulkenberg in 8th place. Both RBs through. Max got P4, but we'll have that 5-place penalty at the end of Q3. Let's see who sticks it on pole. It's Sainz from Leclerc. So betting on red was the smart choice, it would seem. They have the front row locked out. Then it's Lando in P3, Ricciardo P4, Piastri 5, Tsunoda 6th, Russell 7th, Max down in 8th with the penalty to be applied. Then Hulkenberg, then Alonso, Perez again with a penalty to be applied. And there is Valtteri's penalty, and Joe has a penalty as well. And it won't let me see what that is. So, interesting.
The city of Las Vegas is abuzz with excitement, and the drivers now ready themselves for 50 laps under the lights.
Las Vegas is a super fast street circuit, and the long straight along the dazzling strip could be a tempting and yet challenging
right on cue.
place
Thank you,
to try
Farrell.
and overtake.
Evening, Victor.
Formula One's highest speed street circuit promises incredible action up and down the Las Vegas Strip. Racing at night means track temperatures will be lower, so data from Free Practice 2 could be crucial to managing both qualifying and the Grand Prix. The teams are making their final preparations down in the pit lane, ahead of today's race.
So, speaking of final preparations, let's have a look. Both cars at 100%, but one of them is going to be starting from the back of the grid. I do have a spare chassis. Whew. So why is that going to be a pit lane start then? Oh, because I've had to change the chassis. Even though I've got the same spec, it's still a pit lane start. That's so annoying. It shouldn't be. I've got a part of the same spec. It should be... Can only be replaced by a part of the same design. That's what I did. Why won't it let me... That's so weird. Why is it making me start from the pit lane? It shouldn't. Let's take a look at the starting grid. So once the penalties are applied... it is a Ferrari front row. Norris 3rd, Ricciardo 4th, Piastri 5th, Tsunoda 6th, Russell 7th, 8th for Hulkenberg, 9th for Alonso, 10th for Sargent. There's Max down in 13th place. 10 place penalty for Checo. He's down in 19th. 20th for Valtteri. 21st for Zhou. And then a pit lane start, bizarrely and unfairly, for Teo, because we did have a spare part to put on his car. So I don't know why it's screwed us like that. But I think what we might well do here is start on the mediums. And then go soft, soft. So if we look at that and then compare that to a medium soft, where we could perhaps be a little bit more aggressive. It's exactly the same, so we'll just go with that, I think. But we'll have that extra set of mediums available if we need it. We'll do the same with Teo then. We'll go medium, soft, soft. He might actually be able to... No, maybe not. Maybe. If I'm careful with the tyres, I could make that work. Let's go with 2 extra laps of fuel so we can push the fuel. Push the tyres on the opening lap for Mick. We'll be pushing them throughout the opening stint for Teo. We'll give him an extra 2 laps of fuel as well. How much fuel is it? It's 2 kilos. So just hope we don't get a long safety car. And we are prepped and ready. The Las Vegas Grand Prix is next.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway.
They're bound to be a little frustrated down in P8, but hopefully they can channel their determination.
So let's see what today has in store, shall we? We're all ready to go in Las Vegas. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Decent looking aggressive start from Mick, trying to find some space, but there is no space in front of him. And now Magnussen's going to have a look at us. There you see Piastri's in the pit lane. Piastri in front of Teo, and Magnussen did get through. All right, can Teo stay with Piastri? Do we have engine noise now? Yes, we do. So the Ferraris splitting their tyre strategy. It's mediums for Sainz, softs for Leclerc. Norris also on the mediums, same as Sainz. And then it's the 2 RBs. Neither Red Bull in the points at the moment. 11th place for Max, 17th for Perez. Got a good start. Magnussen's now past Stroll, so he's up 2 places now. Mick.
Race one.
And no surprise, it's the fastest lap for Oscar Piastri. And the Ferraris are sprinting away. They're 2 seconds clear already. Ricciardo and Norris side by side. Yeah, I'm expecting, as I say, big things from RB in this Grand Prix. And Ricciardo is really going at his former teammate. Mick's getting left. He's getting absolutely dropped. There goes Ricciardo making the move. Leclerc also making the move on sights. And the softer cars, or the softer tyred cars, getting to the front in their respective battles, it would seem. Mick somehow holding off Gasly. Porsche struggling to keep up as well. I think starting on the mediums might not have been the right choice. Maybe we would have been better off starting on the softs. But then we'll have softs for the rest of the Grand Prix, so we'll see. See how it works out for us. As long as we achieve our sponsor objectives, that's pretty much my goal now for the rest of the season, is just to try and make sure we finish in the top 18
Try to keep going.
with both cars for the rest of the season. And if we can get some quick stops, that would be a nice little bonus as well. Right, Porsche has caught back up again.
Cool down. Cool down.
Just about. It's hard to stay on the back of Piastri with that car is so fast. I'm out of battery. But I have just about stayed in DRS range. Can Mick get through? Number 20 has been officially retired. I did wonder if they were going to do that. I see murals are popping up all over Liverpool.
Copy.
Come on, eyes forward, come on.
Perez putting us under pressure. Perez takes the position from us. Oh, is that someone in the wall?
No looking in the mirrors, full focus ahead.
Thought I heard the noise of someone clipping a barrier. Apparently not. Maybe it's just a backfire. Hamilton down in 18th. Why is Hamilton down so far? Did he start down there? He started 17th. Yeah, in an age where squad numbers are now, double digits, retiring a number is much easier. I mean, if it'd been back in the days when it was just, 1 to 11, and the shirt was the position rather than the player, it wouldn't have happened. Porsche is there or thereabouts. Piastri still hasn't been able to get past anybody yet, which I'm very surprised about.
Try to keep the tires cool.
Copy, copy.
End of lap 5, Charles Leclerc still leads from Carlos Sainz. Gap is just over a second. Norris now a further 3 seconds back, has got back in front of Ricciardo. Tsunoda in 5th, Russell in 6th, right behind Tsunoda, and sets a new fastest lap at 1:41.0. And ends about 3 seconds back to Alonso.
Nice.
Hulkenberg's still up there in 8th place. That is worth 4 points to Haas. That will put them above us in the standings.
Up 1.1.
Williams on for 2 points at the moment with Sargent in 9th. Max has got himself up into 10th. So that's a point at the moment for Red Bull. And assuming that it's 4th and 5th for RB, that's 22 points coming their way at the end of the Grand Prix. They need a bigger points tally than that if they really want to have any chance of catching Red Bull, but it's good progress nonetheless. As Piastri finally gets through on Zhou up the inside. Zhou's tyres starting to struggle now, so we might see him starting to drop away. Piastri should close up on Hamilton pretty quickly. Mick's now down in 18th place, but again, tyres will come to us at some point. At least I'd like to think they'll come to us at some point. Mick should just about be hanging on to Valtteri's DRS at the moment. Now, and he didn't get it, apparently, or did he? He might have got it. Checking with our drivers' confidence levels. About where they started. It's not bad for Mick considering he's gone backwards a few places. Teo hasn't moved from the back of the grid, but should get past Zhou at the end of this lap, I think. As Piastri now punches past Hamilton. So he will close the field back up to the back of Schumacher very quickly. I'm going to give Mick a squirt battery, and we'll do the same with Teo.
Copy.
Keep an eye on the tires.
Piastri might steal the DRS. I don't think he will this lap. He'll definitely have it in the next DRS zone, I think. Have we got an outside chance of squeezing past Valtteri at the end of the straight? Oh, he's having a look. He's having a go. Gets the tighter inside line, but now has a little bit of extra oomph to get alongside. Bottas is tucked up behind Gasly, though, which is worth a little bit of extra slipstream. Now we're getting it. We have the inside line through turn 1. And we get the move done, and we are up to 17th. Nice little confidence boost for Schumacher. And there is Piastri right behind. And we weren't able to get past Joe because Joe was able to get... Oh, he's having a look at Lewis.
Copy.
Couldn't quite squeeze through, but having a little look. I'm actually going to try and harvest some battery from Teo here.
Copy, copy.
Hulkenberg is putting a little bit of pressure on Fernando here. Could try and push his way up to 7th. That'll be worth an extra 2 points. That'll be 6 points if he can hold that position at the end of the Grand Prix. Doesn't look like he has enough pace to actually get alongside, though. Max is swarming him in 9th place now. Both Williams now knocking around the points. Sargent holding on to 10th. Albon right behind him. And we might see Max getting past Hulkenberg before anything else. We've got guys in the pits already. There goes Ocon and Magnussen. Let's see what tyres they go on to. Are they going hard? Mediums. And there's a set of hard tyres. Has to wait for Ocon. Having a look. Trying to squeeze up the inside of Gasly. Can't quite get through. But Gasly's dropped off Perez as a result of that. And there is Oscar punching through past Valtteri behind us. And I'm going to see if I can put some pressure on Joe. See if we can squeeze our way through. Magnussen develops an issue. What's wrong with Magnussen?
But the car's definitely not happy.
Well, that's
Surely
a loaded question, but we don't know what's wrong with this car. Sargent into the pits from 10th place. Mick is through on Gasly. Let's go back into top up. And we'll see a replay of that.
What happened. Let's have a look at the action. It's all at the
We'll have
final
got him in
corner.
under braking at the end of the strip.
Opportunity begging to be taken. And Mick Schumacher says, Dankeschön. Thank you very much.
Copy that.
Not a bad stop there for Logan. Onto a set of mediums. He'll get out comfortably ahead of Ocon and Magnussen. We are still behind Joe.
Copy.
So that hasn't really worked out for us. I don't think we have enough pace to pull away from Gasly, so I'm not even going to try to save the battery, because Gasly's going to be boxing very soon anyway. Bottas pretty soon will need it to try and go with Piastri when he inevitably gets past us. once again, Joe is potentially a little vulnerable. He's outside of Hamilton's DRS. Unless he manages to sneak in, I don't think he will. Teo's having a look. DRS open now. We should start to close in. Hulkenberg into the pits. And we are through.
Good job.
Medium tyres for Nico Hulkenberg. Let's see where he drops out. Behind Piastri, ahead of Porsche and Hamilton. That's how much time we've lost being stuck behind cars that we are quicker than but can't get past. Thanks to dirty air and such.
Currently P11.
So Gasly's gone onto a set of mediums. I wonder if we're going to see a soft, medium, hard, or if we're going to see a 3-stop from Gasly. Wouldn't
Gap
be too
1.0.
surprised to see a 3-stop. And there's a chance for Teo here to get past Hamilton
Copy.
before Hamilton hits the pits. See if we can capitalise on that. Push his tyres again now. New fastest lap of the Grand Prix for Max Verstappen in 7th place. We do get past Lewis Hamilton. And that'll be an extra little bit of confidence for Teo. In fact, he gets into peak confidence as Hamilton peels into the pits. So we timed that overtake perfectly. And hard tyres for the Mercedes. Decent stop. Pretty quick stop, actually. Still holding off Valtteri, just about. And that's left an opportunity for Piastri. Couldn't quite get through. Hulkenberg is still stuck behind the pair of them as well, so this is actually helping us against Hulkenberg a little bit. Or rather, it's hurting Hulkenberg. It's stopping him from getting too many points tonight. Still have a little way to go on this stint yet. Only just over halfway through it. Porsche, his pit window opens up very, very soon. We will extend. Let's actually amend his strategy slightly now to account for that extra little bit of life we've got on those tyres. There we go. A desperate lunge look from Valtteri, but he was never going to make that move. He should peel off into the pits. If not this lap, then definitely on the next one. He's going another lap. And mixing peak confidence, partly from overtakes, partly from getting defensive boosts from keeping Valtteri behind. And we're really not doing Piastri any favours here. Or McLaren, for that matter. I mean, with the result here, kind of irrelevant what happens to Piastri. Ferrari need just 5 points over the rest of the season to win the constructor standings. They are 1-2 at the moment. So, yeah, we're going to see the Constructors' Championship settled tonight. I have no doubt of that. And Porsche has caught the back of the train now, look. And there he is, all over the back of Oscar Piastri. Let's get him into harvest mode. Valtteri has just lost the DRS. Hulkenberg has got ahead of Oscar. And both Ferraris are in. And Sainz snuck ahead of Leclerc, so this is going to hurt Charles. Soft tyres. Another set of soft, so it's a soft, medium strategy for Charles. It's the mirror of what we're doing, which is medium, soft. Sainz, mediums to softs. He might be going soft for his final stint as well, I would imagine. So he's on the same strategy as our drivers. Tsunoda's out in 7th. He's onto a set of hards. He might be able to take him to the end. It's an ask. It's a big ask. It's not impossible. Valtteri is in. Goes on to a set of medium tyres. And is he going to get out in front of Lewis? Not quite. I don't think we're seriously in contention to be able to get an overtake back on Oscar here. This is why I'm not pushing for it, just focusing on getting the battery back up ready for when we put those new soft tyres on. Although, if he keeps dropping away at this rate, you never know.
Okay, copy, good.
Let's check in with Mick. He's about to lose his place to Hulkenberg. Down on pace and down on grip. But we'll stay with him as best we can.
Starting to feel the fronts a bit.
About 5 laps to go for Mick.
You ready?
3 laps to go for Teo. And Hulkenberg is pushing. Make sure he doesn't drop us. We want to stay with him as much as we can while he has that pace advantage over us so that we can try and stretch ourselves further forward than we should be.
Head down now, try to get a good pace.
And I don't think I have the pace I need to stay with him. We started with an extra 4 kilos of fuel on board. We are 15 and a half laps into this Grand Prix and we're down to just a kilo of spare fuel. So we burnt off 3 kilos of extra fuel. It's a kilo every 5 laps. Max boxes from 2nd place. Through goes Carlos Sainz, setting a new fastest lap in the process, 1:39.7. Then Yuki Tsunoda sets a new fastest lap, 1:39.1. Perez into the pits as well. Mediums for Perez. Set of softs going on for Stroll, and it's not a good stop. slowish stop and probably held a little bit for Perez at the end as well there. Let's take a look at what the pit stop leaderboard looks like as we approach our first stop. So Sainz's stop, 2.22. Hamilton's stop, which we saw very, very quick, also a 2.22 right up there. That stop for Perez was actually not bad, 2.3.
Get on the rhythm, come on.
Let's see, who was it we just saw? It was, who was it who boxed with him?
Currently.
Oh, Stroll, wasn't it? Yeah, 4.5, look, it was not a good stop. All right, we've lost the opportunity to stay ahead, or stay with. Piastri is about to box. It would be nice to hold him back if we can. New fastest lap now for Carlos Sainz again, a 1:39.0. And we do manage to hold off Oscar Piastri. So Mick will stay in peak confidence. And there goes Oscar into the pits. Porsche struggling to keep Sargent behind. Sargent sneaks through. Can we get him straight back though? Set of mediums for Oscar. He'll have to stop again, I think. We do get back past Sargent, and now we've got a chance to get past Alonso before his tyres get up to temperature. We don't have the DRS. And Sargent sneaks back through again.
Just do it. Do your best. Come on.
Damn. One more lap for Teo. Albon closing in. We might lose the DRS here. We have lost the DRS. Ricciardo's into the pits from the lead. Sainz has closed the gap back to just 2 seconds. So, with 33 laps to go, what tyres is Ricciardo going to put on? Is it hards to go in the end? No, he's going mediums, and I don't think they'll go. So it looks like we'll see another stop, probably a set of softs later for Ricciardo. Norris sets the fastest lap. What was it? A 138.799. So 137.8, effectively. Ricciardo comes out right behind Verstappen. So Max has made some good progress up the order.
We're gonna box.
Okay, copy, box.
Try to keep the tires cool.
Copy.
Porsche's about to lose another place, I think, to Alex Albon.
Cool down.
Got Alonso right behind Mick. I'm not going to be able to keep him behind me. And I've got to make sure that tyres do actually get to the end of the stint.
Come on, you have more there.
Can I keep Albon behind in the braking zone? I don't know. Mick has kept Alonso behind. Good job, Mick. Albeit briefly. 138.6, new fastest lap for Max Verstappen.
P3.
And we have kept Alonso at bay. Is it a temporary thing? Is Alonso about to dive bomb us? No, he's not. Another DRS zone about to happen, though, so he still might get through. Our first pit stop of the night. Théo Pourchaire in for a set of soft tyres. It's 2.7. That's a terrible stop. Our pit crew seems to have lost its mojo. Replacing Aurélien Pallier is going to be one of the key tasks next season. Or maybe the end of this if we have enough cash. Alonso's still stuck behind us. I'm not quite sure how, but he's still stuck behind us. Pourchaire is back to the back of the grid. Back to where he started, but brand new soft tyres. Let's see what kind of pace he can put together. Surely Alonso's going to get us this time round. New fastest lap for Daniel Ricciardo, 137.8. And we do finally lose the position to Fernando. Can we at least get a lap of battery harvesting behind him? Or is he just going to sprint off into the distance, which I think is probably a bit more likely. We're in to the pits this lap. Let's go ahead and book that stop in.
Now.
Pourchaire's tyres are up to temp, so let's splurge the battery.
Big push now.
Copy that.
And yeah, he's gone already. Look, we didn't even get DRS out of turn 1. Oh dear. So now we'll just try and hold up Sargent and Albon and Perez and Stroll, etc., etc., as best we can to help Théo out a little bit. Evening, Wayne.
Come on, let's go get him.
We held off Sargent. Excellent.
Oops.
So into the pits for Mick. Magnussen's faults got worse. We never actually looked to see what it was, did we? We'll check after this pit stop. 2.5, it's not bad.
Okay, watch out, speed exit.
It's going to come out behind Théo, which I kind of expected. Running a little bit longer, like we did.
Copy. Copy.
So, end of lap 21, start of lap 22, nearly at the halfway point. Sainz leads from Norris by 5 seconds. Leclerc in third, but is catching. He's about 3.3 seconds behind Norris at the moment. Tsunoda fourth, Russell in P5, but how long he'll stay there, I don't know. Ricciardo P6 with the fastest lap. Then he's got Max for company in P7. Hülkenberg P8. Alonso P9, Albon in 10th, Perez 11th, Sargent in 12th, about to make a stop, 13th for Stroll, 14th for Valtteri, 15th, and into the pits comes Esteban Ocon. Hamilton 16th, Magnussen with that fault of his in 17th, also piling into the pits. And it's Gasly, Zhou, Pourchaire, who's caught the back of Zhou, although it cost him all his battery to do it.
Okay.
And then Schumacher. Doesn't look like it was a great stop for Magnussen. And let's see what the issue with that car is. It is gearbox. Potential retirement then for Kevin Magnussen. That's a long way to go on a dying gearbox.
Copy. Copy.
Joe is out of range of Gasly. So we should be able to get this move done. Joe just drifting out slightly to stop us from making the move. Sneaky.
Come on.
Stay behind him on this lap as well then. Mick is closing in. Here it is, the view from Mick.
There's your movie. Copy. Copy.
And Joe is pushing up onto Gasly now. God damn it. It's going to make it harder for us to get through. Let's put him under some pressure, see if we can get him this lap.
Copy that.
Want to make the most of these soft tyres while we have them. Joe's having a look at Gasly.
Don't worry about that now.
Copy. Copy.
Ooh. That was very nearly bad.
Copy. Copy.
Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Don't hit each other, please. Please don't hit each other.
Copy. Copy.
And we are doing times that we are definitely quicker than... Trouble is, with these two so close and not really breaking away from each other, it's making it almost impossible for us to get a move in. I think we're just going to have to sit behind and save some battery and then try and punch through. Gasly's not long for this. I was going to say not long for this world. He's not long for the for this battle with his tyres at that rate. Albon's into the pits. Oh, and there we go. Is this an opportunity?
Eyes forward, really important.
Gasly slots back in front of us again. There goes Zhou into the pits. That's earlier than I was expecting for Zhou, but that now does free us up to have an overtake attempt here on Gasly. I think Porsche managed to sneak the DRS. I hope he did. Yes, he did. And now we'll follow him through.
Understood. Copy. Copy.
Bravo, let's go, come on.
Ocon's caught right back up to us as well, look, and we are still not done with Gasly. Oh, come on! Gasly hit us.
So let's take a look at
Gasly
the
overtakes
replay.
Schumacher. Gasly
Right, let's have a
slams
look
into the
here as
side
we
of
go into
Schumacher.
turn 8. It's certainly inviting. And that's a good move from Pierre Gasly.
Wow.
Minor front
okay?
wing damage.
Yeah, good.
Here we are going into turn 9. There's
So
not much
close,
room to
side by
move.
side through here, and then it looks like
And
he
the
just
impact on
the
car,
back just
it's
stepped
quite
out and he
clear.
slammed
I
into the
wouldn't be
side of us there.
surprised if there were a few words exchanged when they get back to the paddock.
So we've got wing damage and we've been overtaken by both Alpines.
And for the crew watching on in the garage,
Weekend just does not get any better for us, does it? And Gasly got away with no damage. And he'll just box at the end of this lap, I would imagine. Come on, give him a penalty. Of course he didn't. I'm wary of even trying to overtake him now in case he does it to us again. He's staying out another lap by the look of it. Alright, that is the halfway point. I'm going to pause for a moment because I need to go and get another drink out of the fridge. I am gasping. So while I'm gone, I am going to pop a quick ad break. Back in a second. I cannot wait for it to cool down. Do not like these high temperature days.
Copy.
Yeah. So we are 6 seconds behind Hamilton. Gasly will box at the end of this lap, but he's dropping away from Ocon. Which is why I'm not pushing to get past him, because we'll get him on the strip. Cools down for a bit this week, and then there's another heat wave on the way. I know, it's just endless heat waves at the moment, one after the other. Oh my God, I thought Gasly was about to hit the wall and bounce into us then. Gasly moves ahead, which gives us the DRS because they moved the detection point. And now we need to sprint because the Williams drivers are coming.
Copy.
Gasly starts to drift over to the pit lane, so we got the overtake done just in time.
Good job, good job. Keep it up.
That's only a recovery of some confidence. We're still down a lot because of the collision. High tide for Gasly. That's him to the end.
And who's that having an issue in the pits?
Problem for
Now talk us
Valtteri
through this one,
on
Karun.
his stop.
So it's Valtteri Bottas who's pitting. They're really struggling to tighten
His
that
final
one.
stop as well. Man, that's a horrible stop. And then they had to hold him to let Gasly go through as well. Jesus. What an awful stop that was. Albon's nailed us. Oh, God, and there goes Sargent as well.
Focus
We
ahead.
are
Come
just struggling with that lack of downforce now with the front wing damage. Two quick overtakes and that has battered our confidence way down again. Let's check in with Teo. He's taken about 3 seconds out of Hamilton. Keeping Ocon at 2-second gap. Max into the pits. Onto hard tyres, so that'll lead him to the end of the Grand Prix. Russell will be stopping very, very soon. Question is now is can we catch Hamilton before he stops? Into the pits goes George Russell. We might see Hamilton box this lap. Hopefully he'll go another one because we are closing at a quick enough lap to get him on the strip next lap. Mick is just about where he needs to be at the moment in 18th.
Something's not gone right in the
Oh,
pits.
it's a slow stop for George. Same as Valtteri, problems with that front left.
What the happened there?
And Hamilton is going to stay out another lap. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you were off work at the moment, Wayne. I wasn't sure when you went back. There's Hulkenberg. We're a pit stop behind Hulkenberg. Yeah, it's going to be painful last couple of races. There's no questioning that. We're certainly not going to have any real chance of scoring points, I don't think. Just nursing wounded cars through to the end of the season as best we can. How's my tyre wear looking? Got a bit to play with Mick, but not a huge amount. Teo, he's about where he needs to be. Let's give Mick a little bit more tyre. New fastest lap for Max Verstappen at 1:37.8.
Just focus on yourself now.
Ocon's pushing a little bit because he's getting towards the end of his stint. Come on, one more lap out of Lewis. Yes, he's staying up for one more lap. Good. Gives Teo a chance to get an overtake on him because he's not going to get one on Hulkenberg.
Do your best. I think we need to start getting a little bit quicker.
Copy.
All right, let's make that move on Lewis.
Need a long race. Head down.
Yeah, he's going to block us, look, unless we can make a lunge. No, he's going to block it. Damn it. Wanted that overtake. If we get close enough, it might credit us as he pulls into the pits. Nope,
Don't
it
worry.
didn't.
You ready?
Copy.
That's a pain. Real nuisance. Real shame that. Mick is
Copy, copy.
going to need to cool his tyres down or else they're not going to last.
Cool down. Cool down.
Am I still behind? Yes, I am still behind Sargent. Perez is out in front of us on fresh tyres as well. That's going to shake the order up in front of us a little bit. Let's see if we can put the cat amongst the pigeons a little. Wow, look at the traffic in front, look. Charles Leclerc into the pits. Sainz is out on his sort of hard tyres already. It's mediums for Leclerc, so he'll have a compound advantage, but he's going to have a gap to his teammate. Norris is going to box for a set of softs, I would imagine, in a few laps' time. And what looked like it was going to be a dominant race for Ferrari is actually not quite panned out that way, but they will still win the constructor standings if it finishes like this, quite comfortably.
Gap 1.6. Eyes forward, come on.
How about it?
Starting to struggle with the clear.
Pit window open.
Copy.
Ah, Stroll drops right in front of us. That's going to be a pain because I don't think we're going to be able to get him. We might do. Come on, get through, get through, get through. Yes, extra confidence at a time when we desperately needed it. We're about to lose the place again, but
Good job.
still a net confidence gain.
Gap 1.0. Gap 0.3. Okay, eyes forward now. Eyes forward.
Copy.
Max, another fastest lap. He's been rapid today. That new powertrain has definitely helped him out. He could actually be on for a really strong finish. He's going to the end of the race now, I think, on those tyres. So he is a net P4 on merit right now. In fact, he's actually a net P3 because Tsunoda needs to stop. I don't think he's close enough to get Norris, but even if he does, Norris will get past him pretty quickly, I would imagine. Still cites his race to lose.
Gap 0.7. Eyes forward, come on.
Oh, we have a yellow flag.
Copy. Copy.
Magnussen has hit the wall. Right, Yuki's final stop. It's not a good one. And he will come out behind his teammate, but on much faster tyres.
Gap 0.5. Eyes forward, come on.
Come on, let me get the overtake on. Ah, damn it.
Copy.
Ocon's about to hit the pits. There he goes. What are my tyres at? 39%. We can go one more lap.
Okay, Fox,
Mick, it's a failed overtake attempt rather than actually getting the overtake. Ah, dear, dear. It's just not working well for us today, is it?
Copy.
Hard tyres for Ocon. And Magnussen in with a broken wing and an almost broken gearbox. In fact, it's possible this may actually retire him. As we see Norris boxing behind. And it's a bad stop for Lando. Magnussen has changed his tyres and gone out again. So he's going to carry on. I don't know why he's carrying on. Oh, this is crucial. This is crucial. Oh, so close to contact there. Max has squeezed through into second place ahead of Lando Norris, and Charles Leclerc is right there as well. Can he squeeze through? It was actually Max who got the DRS, not Leclerc. Otherwise, I think Leclerc would have got through as well.
That's fine, mate.
Copy. Copy.
Box, 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 box.
Copy for box.
Cutting back to the battle at the front. And Leclerc is losing touch. I thought this was going to be a dominant race for Charles and Sainz. It just has not worked. Well, it's kind of worked out that way for Sainz, but not for Leclerc. He did have to stack right behind his teammate at the beginning of the Grand Prix of that first round of stops, which certainly did not help him. And Norris being frustrated by Verstappen here. Are we looking at a Verstappen podium tonight? Norris gets through, and I imagine he will now disappear off up the road, chasing after Carlos. Into the pits for his final stop for Teo. Need a good stop here. 2.4. It's not bad. I don't think it's going to be good enough, but let's have a look. It's not quite. 2.45. What was Porsche's stop? 2.46. Ah, so close. All right, so we need a really good stop from Mick if we have any hope of getting some points today. We're down in 20th place, but we've got a tyre advantage. Joe still needs to stop. Valtteri could go to the end. Hamilton's going to the end. Gasly could go to the end. We're ahead of Ocon. Can we screw up Valtteri a little bit here? No. So into the pits for Mick Schumacher.
Pit entry.
It's not a good enough stop. 2.6. So no pit stop points for us today. And being as low down as we are, we can't justify making another stop just to try and get a quicker stop, because we need to finish in the top 18 with both cars.
Copy that. Copy.
A bit more pace, mate.
Alright, we get past Gasly, and now the DRS will open up. There it goes. And now we'll get past Joe. So a double overtake for Teo here. Gets him all the way up to almost maxed peak confidence just before Joe hits the pits as well.
Good job.
That worked out very nicely indeed.
Now we can see what happened. Right, we're at turn 14 here. They decide to give it a go. And the overtake is made.
So we're going to have a sprint lap here with Teo just to see if we can potentially undercut
Temperature's looking stable.
one or both of the Williams drivers. Could nick some battery.
Copy. Copy.
Oh no, that's a slow pit stop there.
That's a very bad pit stop.
What happened there?
We have unfinished business with Gasly. With Mick, we need to make sure we get ahead of him, position-wise, and also because he ruined Mick's race. We do not have a spare front wing, so we are having to spend most of this Grand Prix with a damaged front wing. And a massive drop in confidence at the time as well. Confidence is back, it's just about starting level. A couple of good overtakes will get that in the right direction. Here comes Porsche up to the line. And there's a 1:37.0. That's another bad lap. Close the gap to Hamilton.
Easy, mate, easy.
Copy, copy.
Let's see what the gap is to the Williams drivers. It's good enough to get an undercut. So Albon and Sargent will Sargent will need to stop or will risk a puncture, or both. Albon can go to the end, but his pace won't be great. That might be a bit tricky. If he doesn't stop, we might be able to catch him.
Head down now, try to get a good pace.
Copy.
Alright, let's take a look at Sargent. See if he hits the pits. He does. So it's a planned stop rather than leave it really, really late and then throw on a set of brand new softs with 4 laps to go kind of thing. Soft tyres and a decent stop. He's going to get out in front of Mick. There is Mick. Close, but no cigar. Ten laps to go. Sainz leads Norris by 11.5 seconds. Norris not closing in on Sainz.
Yeah, okay.
Leclerc has got past Verstappen. Not closing on Norris. Doesn't have the pace in the tyres. I think it's going to be Sainz from Norris from Leclerc. It's going to make the top of the table really, really tight with just 2 rounds to go. Leclerc currently leads from Norris and then Sainz. This is going to put Sainz right behind Leclerc and a little bit ahead of Norris in the driver's standings. It will be Leclerc staying top, but not by a huge amount, only by a few points. Maybe only 1 point. It all depends what happens with the fastest lap as well, as Albon does stop.
Good job.
So Porsche will get through past Albon as well. And
Let's
speaking
have a
of
look
Teo,
at that.
he's got an overtake on
Right,
Hamilton.
let's pick this up as we go into turn 14. It's there for the taking.
He's there for the taking, and he took it.
And that sees them move to 50.
So P14 for Albon. And we are hunting down Valtteri. We'll get Valtteri. He might yet stop again. Albon will feed out just in front of Sargent, who's in front of Mick. Gasly's into the pits. He's having a terrible stop by the look of it. And he's a lap down. Mick's still on the lead lap. Actually, let's see if we can sprint past Lewis out of this corner onto the strip and drop him before the DRS detection point. Maybe. I think we have. It's tight, but I think we just dropped him. We did. Rear wing not open. You're getting an M.2 drive there, Wayne. Let's do pick one up in the prime sale. Mick still needs one more place if we're going to make his sponsor objective, and I don't see where it's going to come from unless we can jump Valtteri, and I don't think we're close enough to jump Valtteri. Gap is... No, we are close enough if he stops. Gap is 14 seconds. Let's turn our attention to Valtteri and hope he punctures. Sounds cruel, but I hope he punctures. Because it looks like he's going to try and go the distance.
Stay focused.
And we're not lapping quick enough to catch him. Going again. Which brand was it?
We can't recover it, okay?
I got the Western Digital one when I got mine.
Copy.
2.2 second gap. You're looking strong out there, mate.
Copy.
There we go, ahead of Valtteri. Is he going to peel into the
Good
pits? Yes, he is. Mick will get ahead of him. And now it's a question of can we stay ahead of him before the end of the Grand Prix. It's a good stop from Valtteri. He's not that far behind us, but he is a lap down. That might be our saving grace. Mick is only doing 138.3s though. It's just not quick. Thirteenth is the best we're going to do. That's not a bad result. Should keep the board happy, but we're going to keep our attention focused on Schumacher because this is critical. Have to finish ahead of the cars behind us if we want to hang on to 18th place and keep the sponsors happy, get that extra 450 grand. There is an outside chance that we could maybe catch Hamilton. We're about, what, 7 seconds behind him? Maybe not even that. He's struggling for pace at the moment. He's just been overtaken by Ocon. The Williams drivers are lining up for him. And we're only 5 seconds behind this fight. So, yeah, we're about 5.5, 6 seconds behind. And lapping about a second a lap quicker. So, Hamilton yet may be our silver lining. Valtteri, has he got through? No, he hasn't. So he can't use his full pace. He's stuck behind Sainz. He's doing 138.2s. We've got a yellow flag.
Watch for debris.
Oh, it's Ricciardo and Tsunoda coming together at the end of the strip. Ah, clumsy.
Yeah, I got it.
Front wing damage for Ricciardo. Where are they? 5th and 6th? 4th and 5th. So they're on for 22 points, but Max is in the wings, and Ricciardo now having some damage might make him vulnerable. It's 22 points at the moment on paper for RB. Red Bull are on for let's see, there's a penalty, no penalty. They're on for 8 points and a point for Perez, and they're on for 9 points. So it won't be a big gain in the constructor standings. Certainly not enough to put Red Bull under the kind of pressure that's needed. But it will put them under some pressure. We are still holding Sainz at bay, just about. Valtteri's still stuck behind him. And we are closing in on this battle here. And Hamilton has lost ground to Ocon, so he's not going to get the DRS unless he gets a really good braking into turn 1 here. And he's not. So he's going to lose DRS. We're just 3.5 seconds behind this fight. We've got the tyres. We've got the tyre wear that we need. We need Hamilton to keep holding up these guys, because that will force Hamilton to drive defensively, to keep Albon behind him, and enable us to close it quicker. And that way we won't have to use our battery to catch up, and we can use our battery to try and actually overtake. 2.5 seconds. Albon's got through. That might be a problem. That might pick the pace up to a point where we can't do anything about it, so we're going to have to push.
Copy.
And try and get onto the back of this train quickly.
Okay.
Because now they're going to be running at Albon's pace, not Hamilton's pace, and Albon is quicker than us.
Okay, mate, no worries. Race is long.
Race is not long. Stop saying the race is long with like 3 laps to go. There's a quick lap from Sainz, so the gap to Valtteri's come down a little bit. Valtteri's still stuck behind him, look. But if Sainz blue flags us, we're toast. There's us, just disappearing into the distance. We are within DRS range.
Copy. 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 Copy.
And all of a sudden, Sargent has dropped off.
To the end.
Copy. Copy.
Let's try and cool the tyres down quickly while we're going to get a DRS. There's the Ferrari in the background. It's 3 seconds is the gap.
Gap 0.6. Try to keep going. Hand down now. Try to get a
Valtteri's
good
absolutely
pace.
cooked his tyres, look. Down to 60%. But the gap's coming down again. It's getting sweaty. It's getting very sweaty. Sargent's out of DRS range though. Yes, hello, it's been sweaty all day, but now it's really sweaty. And squeaky bum time as well.
Moving ahead.
This could make or break our race.
Messina.
Sargent's done, I think.
Copy. Copy. Copy.
Need this overtake. Come on, give it to me. No.
Copy.
All right, let's wait for the strip. Should get him on the strip. Oh, we're about to get blue flagged. Oh, this is not good.
Cool down. Cool down.
Come on. Stay out of blue flag range. If we get blue flagged, we are done. And Valtteri gets through.
Gap 0.3. The car is coming to us. We are much faster than him. Come on.
All right. This is it. This is our chance. Make the move. Make the move. Come on. Make the
Lap, lap.
move.
Copy.
Ah! And because Valtteri's unlapped himself, he's now got one more lap to go. Sainz wins the Grand Prix. It's going to be a comfortable second for Norris, a comfortable third for Leclerc.
Sainz crosses the line first. He's taken the win.
But it's still
And
all
that's
to
Carlos
play
Sainz
for
bringing home the win.
Mick, whether we make our objective or not.
And is thoroughly deserved. A hugely talented driver and undoubtedly a worthy winner.
And that makes Ferrari Constructors champions as well.
Come on.
All right, we're ahead of Sargent. Can we stay ahead of him long enough? We've got a yellow flag. Someone's run out of fuel. It's Valtteri. I think Valtteri's out of fuel. Ah, we're safe. Valtteri is out of fuel.
Copy.
He's pushing so hard and unlapping himself. He needed to unlap himself to have any chance of getting past us, but unlapping himself meant that he didn't have the fuel that he needed. I don't know if we're going to get out of the yellow flag zone or not. So I don't think we'll be able to overtake even if we catch up, but it doesn't matter. We're in 17th. We're done. We can't be overtaken to drop us down to 19th unless we do something stupid ourselves. That's why I'm in fuel save. Porsche brings it home in 13th place. Pretty decent considering he started unfairly from the pit lane. Mick is going to bring it home in 17th place, so he will just about fulfill the sponsor obligation there. Somehow, we get a safety car in the end. But it's all over.
We can see Ferrari celebrating now. They know that the Constructors' title is theirs.
And what a truly dominant display we've seen this season. I don't think it was ever in doubt.
And with that, the Sainz name remains engraved in F1 history.
It almost feels like it doesn't need saying after a 7th win, but another stunning performance today.
This has been such an amazingly
And
close
there's not much that rivals the Las
Drivers'
Vegas
Championship,
Grand Prix when it
and it's
comes to
still
the podium presentation.
not even close to being settled. With 2 rounds and a sprint to go, any one of these 3 could still win this.
Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
It was a strangely mixed weekend for them. We saw one driver put in a strong performance, but it was a different story for the other. Definitely positives there, though.
Well, everyone, that's all from us here in Las Vegas.
For the next round, we'll be traveling to Qatar as the drivers battle it out at the Losail International Circuit. We'll see you there.
Confirmation then of the final result. It is a win for Carlos Sainz. Norris second with the fastest lap. That could be absolutely critical in the run-up to the end of the season here. Leclerc in third. Tsunoda takes 4th place ahead of his teammate Ricciardo in dubious circumstances. Max, good race for him, up 7 places to take 6th place and limit the points loss damage to RB tonight. Perez having a good race as well, up 8 places to take that final point and make it 9 for Red Bull today against the 22 scored by RB. Russell takes 7th, it's 8th for Fernando Alonso, 9th for Hulkenberg, and that's going to tie things up between us and Haas with 2 rounds to go. Are Haas going to be ahead of us? I don't know, actually. I really don't know if we're going to be ahead of them or if they're going to be ahead of us. Very, very interesting to see. Porsche up 9 places, started from the pit lane for breaking Parc Fermé rules, for changing apart that was, you know, a broken chassis, replaced it with an identical part, and yet still got the penalty. And I don't know why. Still got pushed to the pit lane. How good could his race have been had he not started from the pit lane? Who knows? He could have actually gone in the points, maybe. Possibly. It's Ocon in 14th place, 15th for Albon, 16th for Hamilton, 17th for Mick, nursing wing damage for a good chunk of the race there. Sargent in 18th place, down 9 places. Williams missing an opportunity for some points today. Valtteri running out of fuel, will finish 19th, but will also kind of be failed to classify. And then it's the lapped drivers, Gasly and Zhou, both down a lap. Magnussen with a damaged rear wing, down 2 laps in the end. Also nursing a very sick gearbox for most of that race. Let's take a look at how tight it is at the top of the driver standings. Leclerc leads by just 3 points from Sainz. Norris is a further 4 points behind, so it's just 7 points separating the top 3 with 2 rounds and a sprint still to go. And look at this, 8 wins for Leclerc, 7 for Sainz, 6 for Norris. Piastri, no points for him today. Max has closed back up a little bit. He's not out of it completely in the fight for fourth place. And that new powertrain will certainly help him in the last couple of races here. But he's still down by 24 points. So it's still advantage Oscar. Then it is Yuki Tsunoda on 149 points. Ricciardo with 127. Russell on 115. Perez still yet to break triple digits. He's up to 94 points now. Lance Stroll has nice as his score, 69. Then we have Lewis Hamilton on 42. 31 points for Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso. I think that's a new name there, Fernando Alonso. That's the kind of thing you would see in Pez back in the mid-2000s. Nico Hülkenberg sits in 13th place on 9 points now, matching the combined total of our 2 drivers. It'll be interesting to see who is going to be top in the constructors. We'll see that in a second. Porsche has 5. Schumacher has 4, Albon 2, 1 point for Valtteri, and then the non-scorers. It is Ocon moving above Gasly into 18th place. Sargent is 20th, Magnussen 21st, Zhou is still 22nd. Let's take a look then at the constructors. Ferrari top and constructors champions with 847 points. McLaren second, 684. Absolutely no way they can catch Ferrari. It's a comfortable championship in the end for Ferrari. Red Bull, a very, very distant third on 336 points. The gap is down to 60 points to Red Bull. 60 points. That's still doable. It's highly unlikely, but it is still doable. There is, let's see, 88, 93, 103 points remaining in the constructor standings. No, wait. 101 remaining because the fastest lap doesn't count in the constructors. Or does it? No, it does. Of course it does. Yeah, there's 103 points left in the constructors standings. If Red Bull, RB were to max, 1-2s across the rest of the season. So it's not likely, but 60 points. It's 60 points. You never know. Then Mercedes on 157. Aston hit the 100 mark with a couple of rounds to go. Haas have moved above us on position count back ahead of us purely on results. There you can see tied on 9 points apiece. That means we're still in position to achieve our our board objective, which is to finish in 9th or above. And that does mean that we are going to lose a little bit of prize money if we stay here, but we'll gain more testing hours next season. So I don't mind dropping down to 8th place. Evening track, Tom. Williams have 2 points in 9th. Sauber have a point in 10th. Alpine still yet to get off the mark and not looking like they're going to challenge the scoreboard anytime this season. In the pit stop challenge, we were not quick enough. We were about a 10th of a second away from getting on the board. It's a 1-2 for Ferrari. Big points for them. I think they're third in the standings at the moment. No McLaren on the board at all. So this is a chance for Red Bull to take or stretch the lead. And a good chance for Ferrari to close up as well. Mercedes get third and sixth. Some big points for Mercedes. Alpine in 8th. Williams in 9th. RB get 10th. Aston getting some decent points there with Stroll stop as well. Let's see. Our best stop was a 2.52. Oh, we did get a 2.46. I forgot about that. Just missing out. We're a couple of hundredths away from getting a point. But never mind. Let's see. Williams did pick up a couple of points. That will move them a bit further away from us, and that might be it now in our quest to try and overtake Williams. McLaren top with 400 points. Red Bull are just 11 points behind them now, and Ferrari have brought themselves back into the picture. 43 points earned. There's only 86 points left in this competition because sprint pit stops do not count. But it is still possible for Ferrari to get involved. They're 53 behind McLaren. So I still think it's going to be between McLaren and Red Bull, but you never know. You never know. Can Ferrari wrap up this championship as well? That would be something if they get that and win the Drivers' Championship, do the triple crown this season. Alpine have 219 points. Mercedes up 2 places onto 205, leaping over RB and Aston. Aston staying 6th, RB down 2 places, only picking up the 1 point today. They're overtaken by both Mercedes and Aston. Williams have 111. That puts them pretty much out of reach of us now. We're 29 points behind with just 2 weekends to go. Sauber have 61 points and Haas 21. Both drivers did get their sponsor objective complete, just in the end. Very much squeaky bum time for Mick at the end, but we did manage to make it work. So another 900k added to the bank balance, and let's head back and start prepping for Qatar. So it is an improvement in overall rating for Porsche, up to an 84 now. We got our sponsor money. We achieved our target, so that's 5.275 mil. Did we have a sponsor mandatory as well? No, we didn't. Okay, bit of a shame there. But that means we now have 7.5 million. We'll do the inbox first. So let's have a look. Front wing destroyed and destroyed. We also destroyed a chassis, so we've got no spare chassis, no spare front wings. We also failed with an underfloor and a suspension. We do have spare suspensions, and I think we have a spare underfloor. Let's try and fix up the cars then, shall we? Got to... oh, I do have a spare front wing. Okay, thank you. We are not buying any more parts, so we have to make do with what we have and then roll back because we need to save money for the rest of this, for the beginning of next season. There is my last spare underfloor. I do still have one more spare suspension, which is good because that one's going to break at Qatar. So we will at least have a replacement suspension for Abu Dhabi. Rear wings at high risk on that car. That one will make one weekend. It will probably break after Qatar, though. So one of our cars is going to have to roll back to a lower spec. And then we're going to have to roll back to a lower spec of side pod as well after Qatar. Not ideal. We've got research. 3 projects about to end. And a nice little bit of cash to be able to go ahead and start our final projects for next season. Let's get our sponsor plan done first, though. No mandatories. And let's see. Let's get old nut job on the first one. We can put the factory in because we're not doing anything with the factory now. Another factory. mistake. And then, what do I want for my last one? Let's get Tuca doing something. That means we're just over. I would like a little bit more for safety. Don't want to do my race engineers if I can help it. Certainly don't want to do my pit crew. Let's do the head of aero, just to be safe. Let's make sure we've got a bit of wiggle room, because it's possible that we might fall short otherwise. So a very, very busy final month, or final 6 weeks. But at least it will mean that we'll get the full 5.28 mil. Excuse me. Right, let's advance time 1 day. Suspension project, side pod project, and chassis project are done. So we're going to save on our rolling save system. Because of the modified things, I've got 3 rolling saves, so we can roll back just 1 race if we have any kind of corruption. And then we're going to load that save back up again, so that we can now get a refresh on the research that has been complete. So we can see where we stand for next season. So no changes for the chassis, it's just front and rear wings only. So everything else is just, you know, a little bit of gravy for us. So we've got a good little bit of gains so far on the chassis, between 4 and 5%. Front wing is covered off, thanks to that one big ATR, and then I think a small ATR as well on top. So we've got some good gains where we need them in certain areas, and then we've covered off the downforce and airflow losses quite nicely there on the front wing. The rear wing project is going through right now, and we will easily cover off those losses with the project that's going through. Side pods, again, we're looking between 4 and 6%. That's nice. Underfloor, could do with another underfloor project, and we could definitely probably do with another suspension project. So, do we go side pod or do we go chassis? I'm going to go chassis, I think. Those will be the 3 projects that will get done. We won't have another slot available in time to get a 4th one done. So let's get chassis. Let's see. Let's just leave it on the defaults. 32 days, that'll take us up to the 27th. That's fine. And then we also want to do an underfloor. And then let's focus the downforce up a bit on this. Just bring the drag and the airflow sensitivity. We'll push that up a little bit more as well. Like that. In fact, let's go all the way up on the airflow sensitivity and just dial the downforce back a little bit. There we go. Dirty air is definitely going to be a factor next season. And that, again, will take us to the 27th. And then, what was the last one? It was suspension, wasn't it? So, we will focus in on tyre wear and airflow. And we'll leave those... Just push the drag reduction up a little bit more as well. We'll leave the downforce. Let's take it down just a touch. Then I can be a little less aggressive on that, so we can get a little bit more there. There we go. And once again, to the 27th of December. And that's it for research. Once this project finishes, we'll be in the middle of December. We won't have time to do a project, even if we were to chuck 6 engineers on it. So that's it. Now, that's all of our research done for the rest of the year. So we've got 4.5 mil. We do have some refurbishments that we need to do. I would love to get an upgrade on this, but I don't think we are going to have time with the money for it. So we're just going to go ahead and do a refurb. Take 25 days. That should hopefully be ready very soon into January. We won't have it ready just in time for the start of the season, but with the other ones that are also coming up needing refurbs as well, we've kind of got to roll with it a little bit. Design Center is a big one. This is going to be an expensive upgrade and probably an expensive refurb as well. Probably about 2, 3, 4 mil on the refurb maybe. And that's the one I'd like to upgrade if I can, the Car Park Test Center. That'll only cost us about 7 mil, 6.75. Suspension sim is 7.5. CFD will cost us 10 for an upgrade. We've also got to keep an eye on our race sim. Another upgrade on that would be nice, but that's 5 million. Team Hub is going to cost us 3.5. Weather Center we're not going to fix until next year. Hospitality is running dangerously low. Upgrade is 4.2 mil. That would be really nice to have, but it's not going to be ready in time for the start of the new season, so we'll probably just do a refurb as soon as that breaks. Memorabilia room is recently done. We could upgrade it max now. That would make it ready for the start of the new season, but I think I'll wait till after Abu Dhabi for that. And Tour Centre's fine. So we've got a few things we need to keep an eye on. Boardroom, I'm not too concerned about the boardroom. We're in good stead with the board. Speaking of, let's check in with them. They were delighted with Vegas. Excellent. So we're happy still. But one more decent result, we will get a disappointed off the board. Once we get the Qatar result in there. And if we can get a good result in Qatar, we can get another delighted. That may push that back up to delighted overall. Hell, even just a happy or a satisfied with that off the board might push us back up to a delighted, which would be really good. We are comfortably still on target. As long as Williams don't suddenly go on a massive point scoring streak or gain a big chunk of points in one race, we're good here. And then the points contender, that's long term. I never expect us to get 3 points finishes this season. I thought we might maybe sneak 1 or possibly 2. To get 3 was amazing, and we've still got 4 seasons on that, so no worries there. Let's check in here just to clear off the emails. We are not going to get to the end of the month before the next race. Let's check the calendar. So there you can see we'll get an extra million or so from the board on the 1st, thanks to our monthly board payment. We'll get, when we get back here, we'll get an extra 90 grand or so from our tour centre, plus we'll get whatever prize money, hopefully about 900k from LaSalle for finishing in both cars in the top 18. So that will put us back up to about 5 mil in the run-up to Abu Dhabi. And then also we'll get some training done here, pit crew training in the run-up to the winter break. And we can reassess where we are after this Grand Prix here. If we can get another 900k here as well, that'll push us close to 6 mil by the time we get to here when our car park development is locked. This is the point where we will probably go ahead and upgrade our hospitality, or sorry, our memorabilia room, ready for next season, so that we get that increase in our attractiveness to sponsors. If we skip here and go to here, you can see it'll boost our team marketability up to 60. So an extra 20 points, just in time for choosing new season-long sponsors for the financial package for next year. So that extra little bit could be critically important. The only downside is we are likely to need to refurb this, and hopefully that refurb can be done in time before the end of the year, because I don't want us to lose any of this marketability boost here. We'll see how things go. I do want to check, because I forgot to do it earlier. Let me check and take a look at Tuka. Is he 18 yet? He is. So, has he got a super license now? Doesn't say. Why doesn't it tell me whether he has a super license or not? We'll have to see. We'll see if we can put him in the car. We won't do, but we'll see if we can put him into the car for first practice at Qatar. And if we can, then we know he's got a super license. Oh, here we go. Super license, no. So that means we won't be able to put him in, I don't think. I don't think he's actually driving in any competitions, is he? Yeah, he wasn't racing in anything this season. So hopefully he'll get into F3 next year. It might be that he's got to do a couple of seasons there before we can even think about putting him in the car. That would be a bit of a shame if that's the case. But there we go. Ferrari are the Constructors champions with 2 rounds to go. But look how close it is in the driver's standings. 7 points separates first to third. And we still have 2 Grand Prix and a sprint still to go. That championship could go one of 3 ways. And I'm so excited for the end of the season to see who does actually claim the championship. Will it be Charles Leclerc with his 8 wins? Will it be Carlos Sainz with his 7 wins? Will it be Lando Norris with his 6 wins? It's so tight at the top. I can't wait to see who actually wins the championship. Part of me wants it to be Leclerc, part of me wants it to be Norris. A big part of me wants it to be Sainz so that he goes to Williams as the world champion. Just for the sheer shits and giggles of seeing a number 1 on a Williams car next season. But, yeah, who knows? We will be back on Monday with the next round, Qatar, the 23rd Grand Prix of the season. There will be another episode of Construction Simulator 3 over the weekend. I think on Sunday it's scheduled to drop. I need to record a new episode of ATS, My American Adventures, ready for tomorrow, which I'll be doing a little later. And if it's not too warm on Sunday, I might pop onto Euro Truck for a live stream. I don't know. I also do plan to sit down and start recording some footage for both Frostpunk 2 and City Skylines 2. But with the temperatures being so high, I've just been trying to avoid pumping a lot of heat into the room. So we may delay those a little bit until the heat breaks. But it's going to be hot pretty much all the way through the rest of the summer now, I think. So we might have to just go with it and just see how that goes. But yeah, plenty of stuff to come. And hopefully you'll be there to enjoy it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, why not go ahead and consider subscribing as well. Hit that notification bell for notifications on when I go live and when a new video pops up on the channel. And if you have enjoyed today's stream, then a thumbs up would be much appreciated. Until Monday then, enjoy your weekend. Try not to melt in the heat. And I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.